Okay, let's take a look. We're now into the repeat sections of 4.1 through 4.4. So some quick review over linear equations and inequalities in two variables. So if you're given this information, given this ordered pair 0, 3, and m equal -1/2, that means that's the slope, and the directions to graph the line. How do we do that? Okay, well, let's take some graph paper here. Okay, so here's our information. Given the point 0, 3, so we find the point 0, 3. That's our point 0, 3. And given the slope -1/2, so that says that's rise over run. A negative slope means the line falls down, okay, so or it slants down, so that means we're going to have a negative rise. So that's not up but down. Down 1 over 2. 1 over 2, and this says down for us, okay, so down 1 over 2. So to get more points, we're going to move from the point we marked, down 1 over 2. There's another point. Down 1 over 2 again. Down 1 over 2 until you feel comfortable getting a straight edge, because you need a straight edge to connect these points. Alright, so you're going to make sure your straight edge lines up right through them. And you have now graphed the line given that information. Alright, so what about if we need to graph this one right here? Given -2, 0, and m equal 1/3. Take a look at that. Graph the line. So our starting point is -2, 0. So where is the point -2, 0? The first value is the x value. -2, 0 is this point here. What about the m part of the information here? That's the slope. That's rise over run. There's no negative, so we know this line moves up. So rise over run, that's 1 up 1 over 3. So from the point we marked, up 1 over 3, and we could do that several more times if we needed to, up 1 over 3, until you feel comfortable connecting the dots with a straight edge. Okay? So on test day, I expect you to use a straight edge of some kind, even if you just fold over a piece of paper or something. I expect you to use a straight edge to graph that for me. Alright, so it's graphing those two lines given that bit of information. Alright, so let's see what else could we do here. Given this information, 2 points, -17, -1, and -18, -10, find the slope. So when we're given 2 points and we're asked to find the slope, we need to use the slope formula. Okay, the slope formula, you will be given the slope formula, or you'll be able to look it up. It says m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the change in the y values. That's the vertical change. Okay, that's the rise. And over the x value change, that's the horizontal change, or the run. So I encourage students to go ahead and write the subtracts that appear in the formula before you plug in any numbers. That way you don't miss one. This one has a lot of negatives. You don't want to miss it because of subtract here. So y2, the second y value. So first point, second point, y value, -10, minus the first y value, first point, y value, -1. So I put it in parentheses because there's already a subtract there. x2, okay, that's the second point, the x value, -18, minus x1, that's the first point, the x value, -17. Alright, so let's simplify this. Minus negative becomes plus. So -10 plus 1 and -18 plus 17. That gives us negative 9 numerator, negative 1 denominator, and that simplifies for positive 9, slope 9. Let's do that again with the next set of given points. It's the same routine here. Given these 2 points, find the slope. So again, we use the slope formula, m equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And again, I encourage you to write the subtracts from the formula before you fill in points. Then go find the correct values. y2 means the second point, the y value. So that would be negative 2. Minus y1 means the first point, the y value, negative 6. x2 is the second point, the x value, negative 8. x1 is the first point, the x value, negative 9. Let's simplify all those minus negatives. That gives us negative 2 plus 6, negative 8 plus 9. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4, negative 8 plus 9 is 1, and that simplifies to 4. So that says the slope is 4. Sometimes we get a fraction, sometimes we get an integer. Just work very carefully. Make sure you don't miss any operations, any negative signs. Just work very carefully and trust what you get.